Hello everyone, and this is 9X and welcome to 9X Gaming. I'm going to go over something that's really simple, but a lot of people may not know how to do it properly. So aside from setting siege times and everything else, I've got a really small group I'm working with right now. But I want to go over how to siege real quick. So there's two things in the siege. You got to have an attack army and a siege army. I'm going to go over the siege army real quick. This is just your basic siege army right here. You got alchemists, you got gothmog, you got Ugthak, okay, and there's one other hero you can use in Siege, which I have in another video that you can watch. Anyways, the reason being you use these is because you're going to get that type of Siege on them, and you're also going to get your Siege bonuses on the heroes. So this will be another one. He's not upgraded yet, but you can get Siege damage here. So that's your Siege army, okay? Now, you want to have also, make sure they're full. Well, I ain't waiting 11 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to do an attack. Now, the best way to attack is you send in your attack army, okay? Only hit one time, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So we're going to let this come in. You send your attack army in, and it's eventually going to draw more than likely. There is a chance that you won't draw, but more than likely you're going to draw. Now, when you draw, you need to make sure that you have transported the maximum amount of troops there, okay? What I mean by that is, if I go in here and I click here, I've got a stockpile of troops in here, right? Ready to go. So every time I hit and I lose troops, I can replenish it to full strength and take out more armies. So here we go. We're getting ready to hit here in just a few seconds. Okay. So here we go. We hit. Boom. There's one army. There is, okay, we drew on the second one. Okay, so now what do we do here? We've got almost a full army, but we want to make sure we have a full army to minimize our losses. So we're going to stop that. He's going to recall. It's going to take 50 seconds. We already have troops in here, okay? So all he's got to do is get back to there and we'll resend them. So now we've already got it down 4 armies. The other guy that hit, he went ahead and took 2 armies. I took 2 armies. So we're going to recall and refill real quick. If you do this, instead of letting it just draw out, one of two things. One, it's going to take a lot less time. Because it's like 5 minutes to draw, I think. You don't want to do that because it's going to take you forever to take down armies if you have a low amount of people. Now, if you've got an entire faction there, you got 70 people there, you're going to take it in a matter of seconds, so it's not going to matter. You're only going to get 1 or 2 hits in. But if you're trying to do it with new players or small players, this is the best way to do it. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to select the middle button here. Okay. I'm going to make sure that it's the keep that I'm in. Okay. I'm going to hit the check mark. I'm going to refill my army. I know a lot of you know how to do this. I'm just going to go through the basics with this. And I'm going to hit occupy again. And I'm going to hit again. So now I'm going to send a second time. And I'm going to repeat this process as I'm hitting this to wear down the armies. Okay. Now again, if you've got 20 or 30 people sending at whatever keep you're sending at, there's guys that have armies that can take out a keep by themselves. Okay, so you don't have to worry about drawing. But for smaller players, you're going to need to know how to do this efficiently so that you don't waste your time and have to take a keep 15, 20 times. Okay, so once you are able to clear the armies by doing this, keep a stockpile. Now, let's say, I'm going to go back here, throw him back in the base real quick. Okay, so now we're going to go back up here. Right, he's hitting again, hitting. Okay, let's watch him real quick because he's hitting away. Okay, again, now he drew, so what do? We recall him. Okay, so we're going to recall him. Let's see how many armies we got down. Now we're down 5 armies. It's a really slow way to do it when you're doing it by yourself, but it can be done. You just have to have your troops in the city itself. Okay, so now I'm recalling here. I'm going to refill him again. I'm going to resend him again. But I have more troops in my main, so I want to get those moving over here so that I can hopefully, if I get low on troops, still be able to keep refilling them and resending them. Okay. Now, again, this is not an ideal situation. You don't want to do it by yourself. But if you have to, or if you're a bigger player, you can still use the same technique if you're taking a keep by yourself, because it only takes a couple of hits, and then you can have all the rest of your groups of heroes set up with Siege to keep going. Okay? All right, so if there's any questions, feel free to give me a shout. I'll show you real quick what I was talking about here. I'm going to refill him real quick. All right, boom, he's going. I'm going to send him again. He's on his way again. Now I want to get troops there before, because I'm starting to run out of troops here. So I want to transport. You want to use either any of the hobbits you want to use for transporting because they're faster. And then you just go ahead and refill. Let's see, there are going to be more of these. So I'm going to send those. I refill. Boom, send him. Boom, done. And he's on the way. So there you go. Again, this is 9X, and with 9X Gaming, please like and share. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me in game or on Discord. Have a good night.